All right, welcome to another amazing show of Cajun Libertarian Live. Tonight we have the awesome and incredible Ashley Shade on with us. She is the state chair for the Libertarian Party of Massachusetts, and she is running for city council. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to talk to her. So let's bring her on.
Hello.
What's up? Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How was your day way up north?
A little cold today. It's the last day of April, and we're expected to get a little snow this evening. So, welcome to New England. It was, 65 or 70 the other day, and today we're gonna have snow. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I've basically been in shorts and a t-shirt for a few weeks now. That's incredible to me. No thanks, hard pass. I don't like the cold. Lived in it with the military and other things. That's incredible. I don't know how you do it. So, oh look, there's Malik. She's right there with you. She's in Alaska, snowing this morning.
I'll take the snow over the hurricanes any day.
Yeah. Yeah. To each their own. Look, them hurricanes ain't no joke. They knock power out for a few weeks. It's rough.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt about it. So what's life like up there right now with you in Massachusetts? Y'all are doing big things with the Libertarian Party. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy lately. I am the chairwoman of Outright Libertarians. So Outright is a nonprofit organization that represents the GSM, gender and sexual minorities. For other folks, that's the acronym we use for the LGBTQ community. GSM we feel is more inclusive, and you don't have to keep adding letters to be inclusive. So GSM, gender and sexual minorities. So I run that organization. I am also the new chair as of about a month ago of the Libertarian Party of Massachusetts. And so I'm the state chair here in Massachusetts, and I am running a campaign for city council in North Adams.
That's just incredible. I mean, you're a prime example of running things up from the ground. And then, look, Kendra says, #LPMA, if you want to know where to go, Libertarian Party of Massachusetts. Anyway, getting back to Miss Ashley. So tell us about how you became Libertarian. I mean, you worked your way up so far, so fast. So talk about that.
Yeah, so I found myself around 2015 finding that my views didn't fit the Republican and Democratic parties, and I started looking for alternatives, especially when it became apparent that Trump and Clinton were going to be the candidates in 2016. I was not for that. So I found Gary Johnson, and I liked a lot of what I heard, and I voted for Gary Johnson. I changed my voter registration to Libertarian, but I didn't actively get involved in the party until mid-2018. What happened is I decided to randomly send a message to then chair Nick Sarwark. I sent a message to his page. I was not expecting anybody to respond, but pretty quickly I did get a response. And my question was, I was a registered libertarian. I felt that libertarianism fit most of my ideas of what politics should be. And I asked Nick, as a transgender woman, do trans people have a place here in the Libertarian Party? And he responded with absolutely, transgender people are welcome here within the Libertarian Party. And I asked him to say so publicly. And I made it clear, if you're willing to put out a public statement saying that, I'd be happy to join the party immediately. And he put out the public statement, and I immediately joined.
That's great. That's awesome. So many of y'all know that I've reached out to Nick, and him and I have talked personally, and I think this is a great story of how he was standing up for you and just being a good person and responding even though somebody doesn't have to, you know what I mean? And I think that's awesome. So that after that, you talked to Nick and you became the party member, and then you really kind of dove head first, right? I mean, like you did a lot of things really fast.
Yeah, I've been busy, that's for sure. And pretty quickly I joined both national and then I joined the state party. And I got a message shortly after from Dan Fishman, who was then running for auditor, which was great to connect with Dan. And shortly after that, I got a message from a person named Trish Lynch, who is another transgender woman within the movement. And she was doing policy for Larry Sharpe at the time. She was his policy director. And she immediately became my mentor and brought me into the Larry Sharpe campaign, where I was able to be her assistant and learn a lot about policy and learn about a lot about campaigning through the last 5 or 6 months of the Larry Sharpe campaign. So that was a wonderful experience being a part of that.
Yeah, so tell us about that experience, because I know a lot of people would love to hear that. Like, give us your emotions and details and your experience going through that, because that is a huge voice, and that is amazing. I can't imagine doing that kind of work yet. So tell us about that experience, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I met a lot of amazing people through Larry Sharpe's campaign. Several who I am extremely close with now, including my current campaign manager, Michael Burns.
Nice.
He was one of Larry's top policy guys, and we quickly became really close friends. But yeah, it was a great experience learning from somebody like Larry and seeing the way a campaign should be run. The Sharpe campaign did a lot of things right as far as, running things behind the scenes, how they worked. It was a beautiful experience. And just to have an opportunity to be pulled in and to learn what people were doing and even contribute to some things was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, like, how much frustration was involved, right? With knowing that, like, you're in the right groove, you're in the right path, and still facing a lot of the obstacles that third party candidates have to face, and just your experiences with that. Because I've talked to a lot of people here recently, and that's a real concern, not concern, that's a real issue. So,
Yeah, by the time I joined the team, the ballot was pretty much set. Larry had just, or shortly after, had gotten on the ballot, and the rules kind of changed after his election because of his election in New York.
nice.
Because of him getting on the ballot, things changed a lot. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Luckily, I live in a state here in Massachusetts where ballot access is pretty much the same for everybody. Everybody has to get the same amount of signatures to get on the ballot, no matter what party line you're on. So that's kind of nice.
That,
Um, and in a lot of the local races like mine are nonpartisan. So uh, for anybody running for city council in North Adams, where I'm running, you need 50 signatures to get on the ballot, and it doesn't matter who you are, you still have to get 50 signatures. So.
Okay, and you're way off in that right now, right? Running for city council. You're running.
Yeah, we are definitely running. I announced back in March, on March 9th. Nomination papers were available on April 6th, and I have since pulled nomination papers. We have about 70 signatures right now. We need 50. I'm going to shoot for 75 to 80. Hopefully, finish that off within the next weekend or early next week and get those in. Technically, we have until July 23rd to submit our signatures. So we've got plenty. Very easy to get on the ballot here, and I'm looking forward to running. As of right now, 5 people have pulled papers. There are 9 seats in total, and one incumbent has pulled papers. So I'm expecting there to be between 13 and 17 candidates for city council, and there are 9 seats available. So it'll be
Wow.
interesting to see how things go.
Yeah, When is that due? When is that date for running
Yeah,
for?
the election is November 2nd. So if more than 18 people pull papers and submit, so if we have 19 or more candidates, we'll have a primary in September. It'll be September 21st. I don't think 19 people are going to pull papers and submit. So the election date would be November 2nd. And this is actually the second time I'm running for city council. I ran 4 years ago in 2017 before I joined the Libertarian Party. At that time, I ran and I had no team, no budget, no website. Basically, ran everything through social media. I participated in a candidates forum and did a few interviews. And I finished 14th out of the 16th, and I got 700 votes. And ninth place was 1,650 votes, I believe. So about 1,000 more votes, and I could have been elected. And so this year, we have a wonderful team. I have a great team of volunteers. I have a fully functioning website. We're raising money. We've already raised more than $5,000, and we are we kick things off right. And so you can donate ashleyshade.com/donate to our website if you'd like to contribute or volunteer. And my campaign has become sort of a training ground as well as a campaign for office. So one of the things I wanted to establish was having a larger team to help train people who haven't been a part of campaigns or who might want to learn about campaigns, to help teach them how to do it right from people who do have experience and from people who have never ran for office before or been a part of a campaign. So we've got people who are veterans, we've got people who are brand new, and it's a wonderful mix of things. And yes, my campaign manager, Michael Burns, he is also the political director here in Massachusetts for the state party. And he's absolutely brilliant and a wonderful person. So,
I mean, it's just incredible. Every single week, people like you are just trailblazing for the liberty movement. I mean, it's incredible. That's an incredible story. I did not know you ran 4 years ago.
yeah.
And got a lot of votes. I mean, 700 votes, and now you're running again.
700 votes. And we're playing blackjack this year. We won 2,100.
uh,
Hopefully we go over, though. We're okay if we go over. But we want to hit that 2,100 mark. I believe that will be enough votes to be right in the middle of the pack, 4 or 5, anywhere between 3 and 5 in vote totals, which would easily get me in position. Obviously I'd like to get the most votes, but I'm going to be realistic and say, 2,100 is the target number that we want to hit to make sure that we secure a spot on the council.
Yeah, and just to make sure, because I'm not 1,000%. Yeah, so I don't have it here in the banners. I'm going to create one real quick. Tell us the city name that you're running for council.
North Adams, Massachusetts. It is the smallest city in the state.
That's awesome. North Adams, Massachusetts.
North Adams.
Mass. Apparently, and I'm getting a lot of information coming in left and right, but there's a lot of people in that area that watch this show and that follow my page. So if you're at North Adams, this ain't hard. Go for Ashley. This should be easy. We're going to give y'all every absolute opportunity. And if it's okay with you, Ashley, for anybody that I've had on that is running a campaign of any sort, I have you on and we talk, and I would like to have you on again. And I'm probably jumping the gun here. We got a lot to talk about, but still, I just want to secure that because I want to have you back on to follow your campaign. You know what I mean? And see what it is that we can do for you and for the people of North Adams, Massachusetts, to make sure that they get the best person in office.
Absolutely. Right now, what we need is more volunteers. We need more people to get involved. If they're willing to do some research for us, we could use a few more researchers. We could use a few more people on our social media team. If people are interested in learning how to do campaign social media, we've got a great team for that. And we could always use more donations to really increase our presence, make sure that we can buy all the literature that we want to buy, hit every door. We want to knock every door in North Adams. We want to make sure everybody gets a piece of mail from Ashley Shade. And we really want to make 7 good contacts with every voter in the city. There are 8,000 registered, about 8,000 registered voters, and I want every single one of them to have heard my name multiple times. And so money is definitely a great way to do that. You can donate at ashleyshade.com/donate. Even if you send $5 a month, it helps. It really helps. And the more money that we're able to raise at this point, the more cool things that we could do. Like we could, if we get enough money, extra money at this point, we could get a big billboard instead of just having some lawn signs. But have a big billboard in a high traffic spot. We can run television ads to the senior centers on the shows that they most watch. And this is a very older population. We have a lot of seniors in this area, so we want to hit them. We can run radio advertisements. We can do a lot of different things with a little bit of extra cash, but also the volunteers. Volunteers is a big thing. Having people that are able to help us create content, create posts, share information. I love when people are out there sharing our stuff. So we have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram account. Follow all 3. We post different content on different channels. So there's things that you will learn about us through Twitter that you're not going to learn on Facebook. So you really want to make sure you're following all 3 to get the full picture.
Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you very much. And I'll make sure we, or you or I or whoever, can make sure that when we get into the comments after this, we can post every single one of those points of contacts for you. And any ability to support. I say it over and over and over and all the time. All of y'all hear me say it all the time. No person is an island. I have a team of volunteers. I have like 6 or so people. I mean, and these people have jobs. And Ashley, you got people that have jobs and they spend time out of their spare time, like we're doing right here, to spread this message. So volunteers and donations absolutely paramount, especially with like Ashley's campaign here, where she's an obvious, I would say, guaranteed spot on the council. But we've got to push forward and yeah, right. Good luck, Ashley. I don't know that she needs luck. I'm pretty sure that we're just waiting on the time to go vote.
Yeah, I'm pretty involved in the local community, which is a good thing. Again, I ran 4 years ago and got my name out there. But then after I ran, I got involved. So I became I was appointed to the North Adams Human Services Commission. So I am an appointed commissioner. I serve on a board of the Human Services Commission. And this February, I was reappointed to another 3-year term. So I was just re-sworn in back in February.
Nice.
I'm also a member of the Berkshire Stonewall Community Coalition Board of Directors here locally. They're a nonprofit organization, the longest serving LGBTQ nonprofit organization in the county. They've been around since the mid-90s. So I was able to join the board of directors there and get involved in other things as well, like Berkshire Pride, our Pride Planning Committee team. I've been involved with them for now. This is my 2nd year. And Berkshire Trans Group, which is really a peer-to-peer discussion group for transgender people in our area to be able to have conversations and socialize and do all those kind of things. So great ways to get involved. And then last year I was invited to and appointed to the North Adams Inclusivity, Diversity, Equity, and Access Working Group, which was created by the City Council to help train the city in how to be more equitable and diverse with the residents of North Adams. So I was a part of helping create 3 different trainings that the city council and mayor recently went through. And one of them I got to be a part of the training, which was wonderful. And yeah, it's there's a lot of things that I've been doing here locally to be involved, and that's really important when you're running for office. If people know that you care and that you actually want to do things to help make your community better, you've got a
Yeah.
much better shot at winning election. Like people have to know that you really want to help the community. And part of being an elected official is not just to spread philosophy and ideas, but to genuinely help people. And so we can help people. My campaign slogan, what we're running on, is this idea of compassion, education, and love. That is what's the center of my campaign: compassion, education, and love. And you don't hear about love in politics anymore. Nobody talks about love in politics. Are you
Right.
crazy? Love?
Hmm.
We have to hate each other. If
That's
you
right.
think differently than me, you want me to die. That's what the big parties will have you believe. That's what they want you to believe. And it's not true. We can do so much better with compassion, education, and love by listening to people first, having conversations, and then when somebody comes to you and you listen first. This is where the compassion comes in. You take the time to listen and actually hear their problems, and then you say, okay, I get it, and I think I have a solution. And then you can introduce liberty minded solutions to their problems and help them find liberty minded solutions. And we teach them to lead down the road of liberty. And in order to do that, we have to show compassion and love and be willing to educate people, not just talk down to them, not just be right all the time. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you're right. You have to be willing and able to connect with people. You could be right and you could have the best ideas in the world, but if people don't believe in you and
That's
people don't want to listen, you're never going
that's
to accomplish anything. So you have to build those relationships first.
that is so spot on. I tell people that they'll come across in the wire in the comment section, and we finally get down to them. Like, you know what? You're finally making some good points, but now that you made the good points, I'm still not on board with you because you're being an a-hole the entire time.
Yeah.
There's good systems, but I don't want them ran by certain types of people. And if you're an a-hole, I don't want it ran by you. That's just incredible. Your activism is just off the charts, and it's incredible just to. I mean, I want people to see this. I want people to see you. I want people to see people like Kenneth, where you're pouring all of your free time. And this isn't cheap, y'all. Like, they're spending time out in the streets, putting the name out there. And like I've said, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to steal your time. It's just you struck a nerve with me, and it's just beautiful. Something I say all the time, a quote is, seek first to understand, seek second to be understood. And that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I think it's about listening to understand rather than listening to respond. A lot of people want to just respond. A lot of people want to jump in with the answer. And sometimes it's about just listening and hearing somebody out and building that relationship with them, letting them talk. And then once they get to that point, then you can actually have deep conversations about how to fix things and bring them down that path of liberty, bring them down that path of humanity, and really make a big difference in your community or whatever you're doing.
I mean, there ain't no doubt. Being personable is one of the biggest things because that's what, like you said, we're being lied to. They're creating division that isn't really there. When you get out and you talk to people on the streets every day, doesn't matter who you look like, whatever. Just that person to person contact, it's way different. And I tell people all the time, I meet new people every day. We're being lied to. Just talk to your neighbor, and then like you said, one thing leads to another, and bam, you're on the road to a conversation about liberty. I like to start it off with the government sucks. Let's talk about that, and then boom, we move forward. It's a pretty easy segue.
Yeah.
And so, I put that ticker up there too soon. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So I did want to go back to what we talked about before. You said 2019 was pretty crazy for you, right?
Yeah, 2019 was very interesting. 2020 was a bit crazier even, but 2019 kind of started things. In the beginning of the year, I think it was around March of 2019, I became the treasurer finance person for the Kim Ruff John Phillips campaign. So that was my next campaign after working with Larry Sharp's team. And I jumped in running. I immediately became one of the main directors, responsible for all the money and the finances. So it was a big job. I was there a few months. Things ended up, you know, not working out long term, but it was a great experience. I met a lot of amazing people. I love Kim Ruff and John Phillips so much. They're incredible, wonderful people. And I got to meet so many amazing libertarians through that campaign. Some of my absolutely favorite people in this movement I met through that campaign, including my Liberty mother, Michelle McCutcheon, and my Liberty brother, Tyler Smith, and so many other amazing libertarians I met through that Kim Ruff John Phillips campaign. So that was a wonderful experience. And then a little later in the year, in July of 2019, I went to my first convention. Uh, it was wonderful to be at convention. And I was elected to the state committee, and I became the treasurer for the Massachusetts, for the LP Mass. And I served for about 5 months. Things didn't work out, and I ended up leaving the state committee at that time. It wasn't what I thought it would be, and unfortunately, things just didn't work out at the time. But in 2019, I was given an opportunity through Outright Libertarians. They sponsored me to go down to Washington, D.C. for the first ever National Transgender Visibility March in D.C. They wanted to have trans representation there from the Libertarian Party. And so I went, and several other people went, and we ended up having 8 or 9 people from the LP there at the march, marching with the group of people. It was an amazing event that kind of really turned my life around and got me even more involved. From there, I got involved with Outright Libertarians and became appointed for both policy and outreach, and was the director of policy and outreach for them through the end of 2019 and into 2020, all the way up until June, when I was elected chair of the Outright Libertarians. So
nice.
Currently the chairwoman of Outright, and Outright's a wonderful nonprofit. Again, that is focused on LGBTQ issues in the GSM community here within the Libertarian Party. So it's a wonderful nonprofit organization. We are currently selling our 2021 Outright Libertarians drag calendars. So if you've ever wanted to see some of your favorite libertarians in drag, including the wonderful Vermin Supreme, you can order your calendar on outrightusa.com. And we have these wonderful calendars that we're selling. We had wonderful models. So yeah, 2019 turned into 2020. In the beginning of 2020, I joined Vermin Supreme's team for president. I was initially brought in as a GSM, basically an ambassador, an outreach person for the GSM community, and soon became the policy director. And me and 2 other libertarians, Michael Burns was another one, we created Vermin's real libertarian policy that was displayed on inonthejoke.net. And it was, a great experience to show people that we were in on the joke, that Vermin did have real ideas that could work. Right. And we helped create that in a way that was still fun and still Vermin, but actual real things that were more than just the libertarian platform. Vermin ended up finishing 3rd, and that was great. And from there, I ended up working for a bunch of other campaigns. Throughout that year, I signed on to be the treasurer for Kevin Hale's congressional campaign in Texas. I ended up becoming his campaign manager at the same time. So I ran finance and his campaign. I also was a campaign manager for Mercedes Dramatowski in Nebraska for her legislative campaign in Nebraska. So I was running two campaigns at the same time as campaign manager. I was treasurer for Chase Oliver's congressional run. For his special election. I was an advisor for several campaigns, Kerry McKinnon and Tom Queter. And I was also working on Spike Cohen's team as a policy advisor. So
Nice.
I was involved in 6 different elections going into election day, and it was absolutely crazy.
I can imagine.
On top of being the chair of Outright Libertarians.
Yeah, right.
And all the other stuff that I do as well. So,
I mean, that's just so incredible. I don't know that. Let me say it this way. Let me say it better. I wholeheartedly believe that the vast majority of people would not be able to handle 65% of that. I wouldn't be able to. So maybe I'm self-projecting. I don't know. But that's
it's
wow.
fair. And at the time I was also working full-time during the day. I had a full-time day job.
Right.
30 to 5 Monday through Friday. So yeah, and then I also at 2020 I joined the policy team for the National Transgender Visibility March, the group that created the original event. I got in contact with them, and I ended up joining their policy team. So I'm still a member of their policy team as well, helping to fight against anti-trans legislation and helping to create transgender-friendly legislation throughout the United States. So lots of wonderful things that I'm involved with. This is how I got the nickname Goddess Ashley, because I do things that most people couldn't.
Yeah, that's actually a great segue into this comment from a long time ago. But yes. I want, if you can, best for you to answer this. This is from Nalik. Hey, are you doing anything for National Libertarian Day of Service?
National Libertarian Day of Service is tomorrow, and it's going to be a wonderful day. Now, I haven't signed on to anything directly in the community. I've been doing a lot of campaign stuff lately, but I will be promoting some organizations in our community, my local community. We have been promoting a lot of mutual aid organizations, which has been great as part of the campaign. So once a week, we promote an organization, a nonprofit, somebody that's doing amazing things in our community to help bring their profile up along with the campaign. You know, my whole campaign is about uplifting others. It's about compassion, education, and love. It's about building community together. And so once a week, we take the spotlight off of me and we put it on an organization that's doing great work here, because I want to make sure they're always recognized for all the wonderful things they do. But tomorrow, I'm sure at some point I will definitely be doing something. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll definitely be doing something. The past couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of phone banking to help fight anti-LGBTQ, anti-trans legislation. So I've been doing a lot of phone banking, getting people to encourage them to call their legislatures to stop some bad bills that are going through. So everything I do is volunteer. None of these positions are paid for. So if there's a libertarian that is doing anything, I'm doing all the things. And yeah.
You are doing all the things.
None of these are paid positions. I have
10
or 12 different titles, and all of them are volunteer.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm also on the National Libertarian Platform Committee. I was selected for that earlier this year, so I'll be a part of the platform committee going into Reno, and I'm part of the chairman's task force to help address sexual harassment and other HR type behavioral issues that have gone on in the party, and help develop a plan and strategy to help deal with those types of situations for the party. So
Wow,
I'm
nice.
involved everywhere, basically.
Oh, I just hit the wrong one because the comments are coming in so fast. It's
Yeah,
been a problem of mine lately. She literally does so much. It's crazy.
I am crazy. Yes, I am absolutely insane. My campaign team can tell you exactly how crazy I am. But yeah, I'm involved in a lot of things, and I love helping people, and I love spreading the message of liberty, and
That's right.
you know, anywhere that I can have an opportunity to help people, um, I take the opportunity because that's what life is all about. It's about making the world a better place for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just talked about that the other day, how, as human beings, we're all wired for relationship. And, some of us don't have to engage in that wire as much as others are a little bit more apathetic, or, they appreciate their solitude more than others. But at the end of the day, human beings are wired for relationship, and that relationship requires help and sacrifice on each other's part. And some of the most happiest people on the planet are volunteers like yourself. People that give of themselves to help their community selflessly. That was a lot of E's right there. Sorry. But
Yeah,
it's true though. I mean, it's a selfless act. Like you're not, you're doing all this work, spending your extra time as an activist, and as an activist for our Constitution, for our liberty. And, this doesn't just affect the transgender or the LBTQ community. It affects everybody. I know I'm LBGT. I'm
and
messing it up on live here. Sorry.
that's why we use GSM. It's so much
Right,
easier,
GSM. Right,
right?
GSM. Sorry. Right. So back to my point before I stumbled over all those letters. Yeah, individual liberty, individualism is what we promote. We want to promote the individual liberty of Ashley Shade. And looking at the comment section, Randy Baker, Ari, Kenneth, we want your individual liberty. That's what all of this is about, and we have to come together, especially as a party. And I would even say even further, 95 to 99% of independents would agree with what we're talking about right now. And we need all of y'all's help. Ashley needs your help. I need your help. This movement needs all of your help. We can't do this alone. None of us are an island. Ashley's a great example of somebody who's got such amazing and strong qualities in leadership, and put together and leads. So I think we named about 7 different teams, and it can be done. We can't all be. There's just one Ashley Shade, right? Let's get that right. And there's just one Kenneth Fitzlaff, and there's one Jen. There's one of each of you in the comment section. There's one of Eskimo, one Princess. Everybody's been on here. There's only one of us all, but together we can make the kind of impact in our local communities that Ashley's making in hers, which is just causing waves all across the country. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, and when I think about all the things that I do, usually I have to look at a list because there's so many. And that's not me trying to brag. That's just me being involved, and nobody should try to take on as much as I do. It's insane, and it's
Right.
It's too much a lot of times. But take on something. Do one thing. Do one thing good for somebody else. Make an impact every day. Just resolve to do one good thing for another person every day. That's it. Just take a moment to do something nice for another person, and that's how we change the world. Send somebody a message, let them know that you're thinking about them. Just take time to say, "Hey, I was thinking about you. You're awesome. I hope you're having a great time." Little things like that have a big impact on people's lives, and you don't even realize it. And so, just taking a little bit of time to do something kind for another person, that's how we change the world.
That's so awesome. Like, so awesome. Oh, and Kenneth's right on top of it. It's so true, because you don't know who you're talking to at any moment in time. You don't know the potential of, I say you, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm really self-projecting here. I don't know who it is I'm talking to in that moment of time. I say, be nice first, be a good human being first, be honorable and respectable first. And then your words come across way more acceptable. And think about it, and really what I wanted to touch on was what you just said, how we could change the world. And I'll just expand that a little bit in saying you're really saying is you can literally change the world one person at a time. And I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah, I believe in that too. And that's why we're campaigning on compassion, education, and love. I truly believe that teaching people, taking a moment to be kind, and showing other people love is truly the way to change things. It's truly the way to make an impact and help change things for the better. I believe that love is very powerful. It is very powerful to show love to another human being. And I'm not talking romantic love. I'm just talking love for humanity, love for life, love for people. And I truly believe in the power of love, how it can really change people and really help people. And through compassion, education, and love, we can teach people to be free. We can help people learn to be free. We can help remove shackles of government, but we have to lead them. We have to show them the way. And we're not going to show them the way. As much as I agree that taxation is theft, screaming taxation is theft is not the way to show people the road to liberty. It might get some people excited. Yeah, taxation is theft. We hate taxes. But it doesn't address the problems that people face. And so when we take the time to have conversations and listen, when we take the time to teach them and educate them on issues and show them that there are other ways to get things done that don't involve the government, we can eventually lead them down the road of liberty with love. I like to say that love is the brightest flame of liberty. Love is the brightest flame of liberty, and through compassion, education, and love, we can, change the world and help everybody grow and prosper together. One thing that we learned during COVID is that we need each other. People are not meant to be isolated. People are not meant to be alone. We need each other. No matter how nice or kind or horrible we are to each other, we need other people. And so I would much rather live in a world where we are building each other up, helping each other, and doing good, than to live in a world where we're tearing each other down and causing harm to each other and doing terrible things to each other. I don't want to be a part of that world. I want to be a part of a world where we care about each other and we lift each other up and we make things better for all of us. And we can do that, and we can still teach people that we don't need the government to do that.
That's right.
We don't need the government. We don't need the government. We don't need government-minded solutions. We need independent idea solutions. And we need people to get out there and say, you know what? I love you so much that I'm going to help take care of you because I can. This is how mutual aid groups start, because we love humanity and we want to help our fellow man and we want to help our communities. And we want to do good things for people who need help. And so we collectivize and we collect a bunch of money and we do these things. We don't need government for that. We can do that ourselves if we show compassion and love for our fellow human beings.
I mean, that's incredible. I couldn't say that better, and that's why you're in the position you're in. I mean, that's it. Do I have this right here, or does Kenneth have it right?
It should be Ashley Shade, ASHLEYSHADE.com/donate. Yes, that is how you can send money to the campaign.
Okay, so to all of y'all still watching, we're wrapping it up here, but go donate. You know where that money's going. It's going straight into the community and to the health of not just the Libertarian Party, y'all. It's not just about that. It's about the health of the community and the spread of the message of empathy and liberty and love. And this is what we've been talking about this entire time. Ashley and I got on kind of a split shot last minute to prep. We didn't talk about hardly any of this. I promise you, this is straight from her heart. This is straight from her activism. This is what we want. This is the standard.
And if you want to follow the social media, all of our handles are the same. It's A Shade, the number 4, Liberty. A Shade for Liberty. My campaign is A Shade for Office. So Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, A Shade for Office. You can follow the campaign. A Shade for Liberty. You can follow my personal Facebook page, where I'm adding more followers. My actual personal feed is almost at the max amount of friends, so I'm encouraging people to like the page A Shade for Liberty. That's where a lot of my political libertarian stuff will be. The campaign page is A Shade for Office, number 4. And you can follow along there. You can visit the website. The campaign is wonderful, ashleyshade.com. Outright Libertarians, outrightusa.com, wonderful organization that I work with and work for. You can join as a member for free, or if you become a dues-paying member for $30 annually or more, we will send you a rainbow Gaysden flag for free. The Don't Tread on Me flag with the rainbow behind it. It's a beautiful flag. We send that out for free with a membership of $30 or more at Outright USA. And then, of course, you can follow along at what we're about to do at Mass LP. We are gearing up to get more people elected in Massachusetts. And we're going to use my campaign to show them the way of how to get more people elected here in Massachusetts. So hopefully we'll start with my team and my campaign, and we'll be able to use that as a blueprint to help libertarians across the state of Massachusetts get elected into office and help, create liberty and change here in Massachusetts.
Trailblazing. I love it. I love talking to y'all because y'all are clearing paths that a lot of people never had the courage or willpower or even positivity in the fact that they could do it, the confidence to do something. And you guys it's incredible. Trailblazing. There's in the wilderness, paving a way through the forest, and people are going to come right behind you. That is the point here. And let me shout out to Ari real quick. I'm sure, Ashley, you're seeing some of these comments. Thank you very much. If you have any more websites or promos or social media sites, anything you have that you can throw up there, my man, thank you very much. Kenneth says it's an awesome flag.
Yeah, it's an awesome flag. I do want to throw one more quick little story for you because of something you said.
Yeah. I was going to ask you.
Before I transitioned, I was a football player. I played football for 4 years in high school and 6 years semi-pro.
Really? What position?
Offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mostly tackle. So
mostly tackle, nice.
As you said, breaking barriers and clearing the way. My job on defense was to take double teams. I wasn't there to make plays on defense. I was there to take double teams. I was there to free up other people because it took 2 people to block me. I was 6'2" and 330 pounds, and I was a beast. I was a beast of a player. So it took a minimum of 2 people to block me on plays. And then on offense, I had 2 jobs. I had 2 important jobs. My first job was to protect the backfield. And my second job was to clear holes so other people could run through. And I consider my activism the same thing, to protect my community and to clear holes so other people in the community can run through. That is my goal as an activist. That is, it translates so well from football. And as you said, trailblazing and leading the way and doing things that people haven't been done and opening these holes for other people. And, my election as state party chair here in Massachusetts, I'm the first transgender woman in Massachusetts to become a state party chair.
Oh, wow.
So I'm the first one in the entire state, and I believe I'm the third one on record in the entire United States, 3rd or 4th.
Wow.
So, we are definitely clearing the path for different people. And representation is so important, showing other people that we can be a part of government in a good way. We can help reduce government by being a part of it. We can help reduce the harm that government causes by being a part of it. But we can also help represent our communities and still do good things for the community. Um, and so, yeah, opening holes, you said that. So I just wanted to share that little story. Playing football for 10 years, opening holes was my job. And as an activist, I see it the same way: protect people and open up holes so other people can run right through.
I mean, it's an absolutely brilliant analogy. It's perfect. I mean, I got a LSU sign here. I'm knocking over my music sign because I'm excited. My Saints sign, a huge football fan. That's a great, huge sports fan. I played sports most of my whole life. Still do, actually. And so I played old men's basketball every once in a while. But, that's an absolutely astute analogy. Being the protection and the driver, you know, but being that nail driver, go Tigers, who dat? That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, and paving those waves, like in. So when you're talking about football, if the offensive line is on run protection, run block, you are absolutely barreling people at 6'2". Would you say 300 plus, and then pass protection or even defensive, being able to draw a double team.
Yeah,
I mean,
drawing the double team, taking the hits so other people can make plays. And on offense, always making contact, always there, hitting somebody, moving them out of the way so somebody else has a chance to run through. And then that's how I equate my activism. That's what I do. I protect people, and I take the hits, and I move things so other people can just run right through it.
I mean, well, look, if that's your goal, you're knocking it out the park. I'm not sure what your goal is, but all those goals, you're knocking it out the park. I mean, it's pretty wild.
My goal is for love to be the most important thing. My goal is to spread liberty. My goal is to spread this message that I fully believe in, of compassion, education, and love. I truly believe in it. I truly believe it's the way to change the world and make our lives better. And I 100% believe in it. And that's why I volunteer and do all the things I do, because I love it. And I love helping people. And I love seeing other people be able to rise up and succeed. Success doesn't have to be just one person succeeding. We can all succeed together. We should all we should all be celebrating each other's successes and pushing for each other to do better and do bigger and succeed even more. I'm all about that. And one thing that I'm famous for in this party, as people have known through my Love and Liberty tour going around to conventions this year, I'm very famous for my hugs, and I literally pick people up. There's plenty of pictures out there, but I literally pick people up off their feet into these big, massive hugs. And so a lot of people will say that I am literally and figuratively one of the most uplifting people in the party, because I will literally pick you up into a hug. There are plenty of pictures. Goddess Ashley hugs have become famous. If you're going to be at either the Pennsylvania convention or the Colorado convention coming up in May, I'll be at both of those places. And yes, there is a picture in a coloring book of me lifting up Vice Presidential candidate Spike Cohen, picking him up, his hands in the air. And at this point, I think I've picked up over 70 different libertarians. So,
all right. So let me ask you this real quick. When we finally meet, I'm if I have my work boots on, I'm right at 6 feet. I'm about $1.80, $1.85, depending on how many cheeseburgers I eat that week. Can you pick me up?
I could throw you across the room, dear.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Excellent. Gotta have that picture, and you can throw me. I'm tough as rocks. I'm good.
I can pick you up if you go on my social media, look through the pictures. I've picked up a lot heavier.
Okay. I've seen some of them.
I used to be a semi-pro football player, so I'm not as strong as I was. But back in the day when I was playing, I could bench 375 and leg press 1,500.
Oh. That's freaking stupid. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was strong. My deadlift was about between 350 and 400. I don't remember. I think my max was 380. So it wasn't, I wasn't the strongest person in the world, and there's a reason why I played semi-pro instead of, elite pro or anything like that. I mean,
Right.
I had to pay to play. Uh,
Right.
In our leagues, we paid to play. So,
Yeah.
you love the game when you pay hundreds of dollars every season to suit up and play.
That's what you're doing now, though.
Yeah.
You're paying to play now because you
I'm
love your
paying.
community that much.
That's right.
It's
It's
incredible.
all on time and putting in the resources and helping people. But I haven't lifted in years, and now I doubt I could lift half of that. After transition, estrogen definitely takes away the muscle mass. But I'm still very strong for a woman. And I do still have a lot of strength in my legs because I'm a big woman and I walk around. So, keeps my legs strong. But yeah, lifting, I've lifted a lot of people and I love sharing those moments. Everybody's so happy when I pick them up and get to give them a hug and share that love. It's a beautiful feeling. So
yeah. I mean, like it's awesome. I scrolled through several of the pictures. I mean, it's nothing but huge, massive smiles. I mean, just great pictures, and so I absolutely love that about you. I believe that everybody here absolutely loves everything that you've got going on. Your heart, your mind. I mean, you're pretty brilliant. I mean, let me put this up there real quick. Yeah. So, and then the /donate as well.
yeah.
Get into Ashley for Liberty, Ashley for City Council, all the Ashleys for. I'm pretty sure if you just put in Ashley Shade and for anything, you're going to probably pull her up. So.
Yeah,
But
if you Google Ashley Shade North Adams, you can also find the social right there on our website, ashleyshade.com. So all the social links are there as well. So if you go to ashleyshade.com, you can find the social, the campaign links, A Shade for Liberty, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're all over, and my team is amazing. I see a bunch of my team here in the chat, propping us up and talking all these good stuff. So. I've got an amazing team. If you want to be a part of it, we'd love to have you. If you can help contribute, we'd love to have, a contribution. Whatever you can do to help, we'd love to have your help because we really want to spread this message of compassion, education, and love. And my team fully believes in it, and I fully believe in it. And if you believe that it is a great way to spread liberty, we need your help doing it. So.
Absolutely. That's so awesome. Ashley, thank you for coming on. This is amazing. And again, if it's okay with you, we'll get together soon and set a time and a date to get together again about how your campaign's running. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Yeah, I'd be happy to come back on. And before we go, I just wanted to say one more thing real quick.
Yeah.
For all of you out there listening to this show tonight, for all of you, this was an amazing experience. Make sure that you check out the Cajun Libertarian as well and sign up for all the alerts and watch the shows. But if you're out there, I just want you to know that you are amazing. You, as Spike Cohen will say, you are the power. You as individuals have the power to do anything. And you are all amazing human beings. You are all valid. You are all wonderful. And I love you. I love you all. And if you're struggling or you need help, please reach out. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always happy to talk. I'm always happy to help others. If you want to get on my schedule, you can schedule through me as well, or we can actually have a conversation. So if any of this is something you want to learn more about or be a part of, we can create a time to meet and actually sit down one-to-one and talk about things. But I want you all to know that you are amazing, that I love you, that you are loved, that you belong here, and thank you so much.
That is just incredible. We love you as well. Everybody here loves you. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. I'm so excited. I mean, like, just incredible. Thank you so much. And so I will get in touch with you very soon, and we will check in on you and your city council run and your activism and everything we can absolutely do to help you do. I can't even say more than what you're doing because your plate's already full. It's pretty incredible. So thank you so much. I can't wait to talk to you again, Ashley.
Thank you so much.
So, I mean, incredible. Another story about just absolute foot to gas activism and just incredible courage and just overcoming all kinds of obstacles. And not just that, just an experience, a wealth of experience in life and just spreading that message of love and liberty is pretty amazing. Like, I don't know, most of these people that come on, we just talk for a little bit briefly, and then these conversations come out and they're just absolutely just incredible. I mean, incredible. And there's so much information we just packed into that little 1 hour. I don't even want to try to get some of that in, or all of it in. I'm just going to say, don't forget about Ashley Shade, donate. You know where to find me on all of my my contact pages. I'll share it for a minute after I hang up here. But you can also donate to the Cajun Libertarian live and team and social media sites and all that stuff with the PayPal account, which is just PayPal me, the Cajun Libertarian. So if you can donate there, please donate to Ashley's every one of her situations and we've got them all up over the place, when they're all in the comment section. So we need your help. It's no different than any other story that we've talked about so far in regards to the fact that these people are extraordinarily passionate, and I want to get on their level. And so we got to do it together. Can't do it by ourselves. Incredible. I will share the promo for the next interview, which will actually be it'll be an interview of me. I'll be on somebody else's show, so I'll share that tomorrow and fill you guys in. Other than that, go back to the comment section if you're just joining in. If you're going to be watching later, a lot of people watch later. Go back to the comments. There's every single website you can find Ashley Shade's fingerprints on, and everything that she needs to help her and her staff create an atmosphere of liberty, individualism, and civil rights, and just everything that comes with being a great human being. You find that, donate, do what you can. I love you very much. You guys are incredible. Thank you, and I will see you very soon. All right.